Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm back to do the Karmic Happenings reading on Agent Orange. And it looked like with his health that he was traveling today. So anyway, for Sunday, this is for Sunday, October 12th. I'm doing this reading on Saturday. I'm pretty sure I'll use the tarot as well. I have it all ready to go if I can't figure out this spread. And I love it when you guys help me read these cards. These cards are totally readable by anybody. Everyone has intuition and psychic abilities, and everyone is connected to symbology that I think is pretty easy to understand in this deck, but I often miss pieces and you guys pick them up for me. So I appreciate that. Right there. Yeah, right at the center of the reading we have a circus going on. A circus with the swamp and the wild woman. Is Laura Loomer going with him? Is it who's going? Is there a woman going with him to Jerusalem? Makes me wonder. She's a swamp woman, so if it's not Melania, I would think it's Laura Loomer or someone else. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard would be in that realm. I don't know. She's not very wild though. Okay. Is he gonna, maybe he's gonna meet up with someone when he goes, because we have the world. Here's the war, which is, all about Gaza and Hamas and all of that. Okay. Maybe the wild woman is someone who's going to give him some trouble. Okay, let's keep going. Plateau. So this is what's happening to him. Yeah, he's got his friggin' swampy club, that's for darn sure, with Netanyahu. That's for sure. I got that in there. Okay. There's a leap. Maybe he is going to get in a hot tub or something. I don't know. Fire, Inferno, Shield. What's happening to him? This is interesting. Oh. Glasses called mine. I'm going to go a little further. Crystal Meth. Is Don Jr. going with him? Oh my goodness. Okay. Huh. Oh, well, this is interesting. Okay, so you guys can read these like in columns, or you can just read it as a story. I tend to, because of the way I read is cartomancy rules, or cartomancy, however you want to, I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, knighting cards together, and I like to go from the center out because I started at the center. Other people just do the lineup, but because of the way I started, I like doing that. And you can also mirror the two cards together, like each two, right? But what I'm gonna do is start here with this 9 box, because there's a lot going on right here. So, like I said, he is the circus coming to town, the swampy circus coming to town for the whole world to see. I don't know who this woman is. It's going to be like waving and shaking at him, but it's maybe there's just a lot of women around the world that are at war with him, and they are going to give a lot of speaking. They will be speaking a lot about that. And he's going to wind up feeling just kind of leveled, and he can't see the forest for the trees. We know that's, because that's what the swamp is all about. They're just focused on transactions, and he is part of that club, The transnational money laundering crime syndicate that doesn't care about human trafficking. They don't care about women and children. They don't care. They don't care. It's the only thing they care about is their money. So the circus has come to town, taken a leap of faith, thinking that he can get out of the narrow space he's been in the USA and take this big old leap. Well, there's a fatwa on his head, by the way, from Iran, and so he's going the leap of faith, but he's really just going to stay in the circus tent. And I think he's going to land in some hot water moving forward into the day. I tend to read like past, present, future. So hot water, stewing, and people are going to be looking more deeply at this firestorm of war that Netanyahu's been involved in, and the United States has been involved in, and giving so many weapons to Netanyahu. It took Biden a long time to figure out that Netanyahu was not trustworthy. And that did cause him problems, but Trump is even worse because he doesn't care. I mean, at least Biden cared, and he was trying. He was trying to protect the people of Israel, right? He was honoring the commitment that we have had for so many decades to protect the people of Israel. But there are going to be these, mothers who are just, they're going to tell him. I think he's going to hear from mothers when he's there because they have lost children. So going with the four corners, framing the whole thing in, this is something new. Is like planting. Well, it's not that new because there is a sprout of something that was planted in the past with Netanyahu. And of course, it's just, it's all about the money, right? And he's dumb enough to think, this is how insane he is. He wants, and what's his name? Jared's going with him. So I don't know, maybe this is Ivanka, or is it Javanki, or as a whole, are they all going together? Maybe this is Ivanka. But the deal is Trump thinks he's going to get a Trump Tower on Gaza Strip. It's ridiculous. Like who would want to build on that land that has been, bombed over and over and over again? Netanyahu has ruined that part. I don't even know how. It would take a whole lot of indigenous people to do some clearing work, right? Anyway, I'll stop with my opinions and let go of my filter and just try and read the cards here. So there's something new, but he has to make it through this narrow opening. And I don't know if there's any kind of clarity that could come through with the crystal, or if he really truly is traveling, if it's like the traveling circus and maybe even Don Jr.'s with him. But what's going to happen, maybe he'll have some clarity as to who he's in bed with Netanyahu. I'm sure he already knows. But I think because of this card here, it's pretty easy to see. And this is our answer card. That he will be bulldozed. He's going there for money. He thinks he has protection. But there's a bulldozer coming for him. The World Shield Bulldozer. So, all over the world, I don't know if he will have some kind of protection from some parts of the world, But, and maybe it's a part of the world where crystals are mined, where emeralds, where gemstones, where, like South Africa, maybe there is something going on there. But his karma is to need to protect himself, and he can't even rest well at night. Is he going to be partying down with Don Jr., snorting a bunch of crap at night when he should be sleeping? Because I had, his health reading was bad. I had the Three of Swords in the middle of the night. So I don't know what's going on there. But he winds up being bulldozed somehow. Yeah. Growing more reasons for people to bulldoze him. And people are going to be looking closely at the money type of, situation going on, the bribery. Remember, Trump is a guy who had the Egyptian president, El-Sisi, give him $10 million cash and in a bag with burner phones. And Barr blocked that FBI investigation. FBI gave the information, and then Bill Barr, because it's always in the name, right? He barred the investigation from going forward. Because Trump is very, very, very easy to bribe. And there's the talk about that. Maybe he's going to be honeypotted somehow in the circus tent of the swamp of his hotel. Makes you wonder. We've got the shield mirroring the Inferno card, which has to do with, the fire can definitely melt any kind of shield, right? And all he's giving voice to, or they're talking about, is this war. And he's trying to act like he's the one that's helping, because he wanted that Nobel Peace Prize, but whatever. He was never going to get it. So, yeah, and what he's going to do is he's just going to wind up leaping into more hot water, in the future. So this is more than just this one day. This is setting up his karma for the days following this trip. And he's just going to land himself into more hot water. And maybe the crystal can be like shards of glass or refractive prisms that show the truth about the money. That may very well be. Because it's part of this transnational money laundering crime syndicate with these two cards here. I can promise you that. And that is the club, right? That's the club. Yeah. Well, that's all I can get out of this spread. So let me use the tarot real quick. See what we can get from. This does seem pretty clear, but just for schnizzles and giggles, is that what? I can say shits for shits and giggles. I can get away with one cuss word. We're reading on human trafficking, basically, and a cuss word is going to be bad. Oh, my God. Okay. Donald John Trump, what is your karma for Sunday, October 12th, 2025, and moving forward? Okay, the Queen of Swords reversed brings in, now this would be the forces in motion, brings in people who will lie to him, people who are women who are very biased, women who are totally untrustworthy, and will sit down with him and act like, oh yeah, whatever, but then they're gonna turn around and be cold-hearted and cruel and ruthless and gossip behind his back. And he has terrible karma with independent women. And she's upright. She's been through hell and back, and nobody gets past her. Her insights and her independence and the transformation she's gone through is right there in full force. But reverse, she's not quite there yet. So the air sign women who are with him, who can, cause even more problems with him, maybe this is Laura Loomer, because she's a Gemini. I don't know if with Natalie Harp, his human printer, she's an Aquarius, or I don't know who else would go with him, or maybe this is just karma in the future with these people who can't protect him anymore, and they end up turning on him. Is Janine Pirro the news lady? Because she's an air sign too. She's a Gemini. Yeah, makes you wonder. Okay, the challenge for the day, and moving forward actually with the Four of Swords reversed, this on the health level turns into somebody who's non-ambulatory. High blood pressure, diabetes, insulin problems. But when it comes to just the simple levels and getting, it is a part of health, This is so burned out that a person can't rest. And they refuse to rest because people are gossiping about him, and he really, really cares what people say about him. Now, his human printer and so Natalie Harp and I don't know if Laura Loomer's doing it anymore, but Laura Loomer is just like a major QAnon kind of person. But I think she's kind of turned on him lately. But anyway, Natalie Harp would always find things online to make him feel better about himself. Maybe she can't find anything anymore. Oh, God. The Hermit has him. We know he doesn't self-reflect. We know there's no inward, process. There's no introspection. So I have to look at this as him having an acute illness and possibly going into isolation. Or after this trip, this puts him in a much more of an isolated place. He wasn't so good at making deals. He's unable to balance himself out physically. He's not able to, he's going through, he's trying to adapt to all these changes and trying to be flexible and prioritize, a schedule. But when I feel like this is more like when he gets back, he's going to be isolating, and he's not going to be able to handle everything that's coming at him about the problems with his health and the money issues that we're having, in the United States. Because he's made the stock market tank 2 nights in a row. Ooh, okay, so 3 majors so far. We've got the world reverse. He comes back and he's incomplete, unsuccessful, not able to, he always refuses to take self-responsibility. So, so no freedom for him, bottom line, no freedom when this is reversed with the world. And then we have the death card. So he's no freedom from his terrible issue within his own body that it is, unable to move forward, except for, to leave it in a way that causes, So there's that. Oops. oh, it gets even better. And then we have the King of Wands. He's looking straight at. So he's got these major control issues. This is a transition and an ending that brings the experience of physical change for him. And what he's stepping right into is, I would say that this is Russell Vogt, because he is an Aries, his sun sign Aries. If it's, well, it could be more than Russell Vogt. If it's anyone else, well, whomever, this man is somebody who is in control and they're in their leadership. So when he comes back, it could be Russell Vogt, but while he's there, wouldn't this be, and I don't know, I mean, MBS is a Virgo, so it's not him, but it would be another, somebody that's in, in control over there in Netanyahu. Netanyahu, he's a Libra, so it's not him either. It's someone else. It's some fire sign man that's in the leader. The guy in charge. He's moving forward. He's having a transitional type of experience with control issues, power and control issues, stepping into somebody who actually is control and is the guy in charge and has some creative vision even. So, okay, but I really do think that it is, when he gets back, he steps into issues with Russell Vogt. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So for him, this is Pam Bondi when he gets back. Problems, karma with Pam Bondi, because she's working for him. And so that's going to tank his, and there are pictures of him, pictures of her, Pam Bondi, with Epstein and him when she was very young. So they've been friends. They've been partying down for years, right? At Mar-a-Lago. So yeah. And he also has karma with all the women who are devoted to their families and who honor all that is sacred in America. And all over the world. The women all over the world. Right? Oh, my God. Now, we have the Tower. Whoa. So, there again, this experience that changes his belief. He's going to be shocked. This is a disaster. This is a breakdown that seems to come through suddenly, but it's been building. We've had this card so many times for him. So, and then two, this could be structures of like a extreme religion issue, which is he's stepping into when he's going to Jerusalem, right? Who falls out of the tower? It's him. He falls out of his high place. I don't think he gets his Trump Tower in Gaza ever. But that's what he's trying to negotiate for the money. No, it's not going to happen. And here he is being seen as the scam artist, as the liar, as the pathological liar with the magician reversed, right? This liar who just lives from the neck up, and he can't even communicate effectively. He has nervous system disorders. He's getting bad medical advice. And, it could be that he has, this isn't primarily a stroke card, but it is the neck, and something's, there's trouble. And the Tower blows something up. My gosh. The cards aren't next to each other, but if I had the Death card and the Tower together, I'd be talking about something else, because especially if we had the Emperor here, but it's more like I have the King of Wands. He's in the Emperor. The Emperor rules all the kings. So So when it comes to the death card and the tower, in pretty close proximity, if it is, the big day where it's like, Elizabeth, I'm coming home. If it's that, these two together are not good, because it's something really shocking, and it's a violent and a traumatic death. If we bring in these two together, the world and death together, this is death in old age. He is almost 80, right? Yeah. So say hello to the kitties out there. They probably like this maybe good news. I mean, I can't say for sure. It didn't come through in the health reading, but I'm looking at his future karmic happenings from Sunday, October 12th forward. Just a reminder. It's a death in old age, and it's a violent, maybe issue with something at the neck and the head, if you catch my drift. I smell fatwa here. Okay. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Six of Cups reversed is his dementia, frontal temporal dementia. You can't find his junk ever, but it's all over the news. It's all over the news. It doesn't matter where he goes, all over the world. And we had the world card in the other deck, in the deck of character. And yeah, all over the world they see it as a circus, and he's lost his damn mind, and he's insane. Alzheimer's or frontal temporal dementia, which probably, I mean, his dad died from Alzheimer's, but his dad, I think he only just drank. Like Trump, he's been shoving anything he wants up his nose for his entire adult life, and maybe only backing off recently because his brains can't handle it. His body can't handle it. But whoa, this is some gnarly times coming ahead for this. I won't even say man, for this monster. Okay, well, I'm done. I await your comments to see what you guys get from these cards, because so many of you have taken and you or still are taking my membership, my lessons, with reading all the cards, and I really appreciate your input. And anybody, I don't have this deck. I don't have the deck of character in my lessons library, but anybody can read those cards. Okay, take good care. Bye.